How's it going, race fans? This is Steve Tucker. We are here live at Homestead Miami Speedway for the Flemdogs Truck Series Championship race already. It's crazy how season one just flew by so fast, but we are here live, man. I am so excited for this race. We have four guys vying for this Flemdogs Truck Series Championship. Nick Lights, Ryan Pasocco, Joseph Mealy, and Matthew Ponce. All, man, I'll tell you what, awesome seasons, multiple wins. These guys are having just a great season, and this is it. Homestead Miami, under the lights. Sun's going to come down a little bit as the race goes on, and it's going to be an absolute awesome race. I'll tell you what, I cannot wait. We're going to try and talk to a couple of these guys actually before they go qualifying. Right now we are entering in a little early. Right now it's still practice time. We'll get a little view of what's going on here. What's going on here in the race. Right now we got Nick Lights on top. Nick Lights having a great race, great season, multiple time winner. Matthew Pont right now in P2 practice has about 5 minutes left to go. Joseph Mealy and then Ryan Pasocco back there in P7 right now in that 3 machine. So you guys, the fans in the watching the stream, first of all, thank you for being here. This is awesome, right? We've only done 5 of these Truck Series races in the season. But it's definitely very cool. So love to see you guys in here. We do appreciate any subs and any comments, any likes, things like that, because that definitely is huge for the stream. It's huge for us, right? A lot of big things coming your way next season. So after this race, we're off. Thursday is our Cup Series finale and a championship race, and then after that we're done. For about 5 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks, we'll take Thanksgiving off, and then December for the holidays, Christmas and whatnot, and then everything else after that is pretty much done. We're back for the Truck Series, the Cup Series, and the new Short Track Series, the Grassroots Series, January 3rd, 4th, and 5th on this channel. So get ready for that. Cannot wait for that. But today I am visited by Frankie Broso of the 12 car in the Cup Series. Frankie, man, how's it going?
Oh, good, Steve. How about you?
Man, I'll tell you what, I am so pumped for this race. It's I never thought once we started this Truck Series that we'd get to this level, as far as just having I don't know, right? Like the race or the race is, I guess, in the series, it kind of went from this fun league, of just a bunch of guys kind of getting together, right? To all of a sudden, it becoming this monstrosity that we've created of just great racing.
Yeah, no, I thought at the beginning of the year, we were, like you just said, just running for fun, not gonna put a lot, any money actually, $0, 0 cents on the payouts. No broadcasting, but yeah, here we are. We're broadcasting this event. I am excited for this event as well for 2 reasons. 1, Truck Series seems to always put on a good show. And 2, it's at a place near and dear in my heart at Homestead Miami, even though it's virtual.
So talk about that a little bit. Obviously you're kind of a local Miami boy, so you were just here, I believe, recently for the race itself, the Cup Series race. So, talk us as we wind down practice here with about 2.5 minutes to go. Just like how the track feels, what makes this place unique?
Yeah, this place, it looks like it's got 2 identical corners. Could not drive any more differently. Turn one and 2, it's kind of your traditional 1.5 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little more tighter. And
Nice.
3 and 4 is kind of more sweeping. Kyle Larson actually made the comparison. It's a bigger Eldora, a bigger and pavement Eldora.
Interesting.
Because 1 and 2, you drive it, more typically like 1.5 miles. You go in hard and you try to keep up the center of the corner, try to keep minimum speed up, and don't overstep it on the exit throttle. Don't be too greedy on throttle. And 3 and 4, it's a sweeper. You don't want to go in too hard, because if you go in too hard, then that really kills your center off, and
Gotcha.
you know, I don't know about these trucks, but I have a feeling we'll see a lot of guys getting a little sideways, and these things are just as hard to catch when they're sideways as they are the Cup cars.
Yes, sir. Love to see that. So speaking of which, the four guys who are going to be going for this championship here, again, Nick Lights, Matthew Pont, Joseph Mealy, and then Ryan Pasoko. These three, you'll see on the left side of your screen, the ticker. Those guys are in red. Their numbers are in red. So those are the guys who are going for that championship. It's simple. For them, it's simple. Whoever finishes ahead of the other three is the champion. You got to love that new system. Again, the playoffs bring such an excitement time. Exciting time. The sun's going to come down. Top lane should probably come into effect here as the night goes on. So it's going to be a lot of fun, Frankie. Let's real quick try and bring in one of these championship hopefuls. Let's try and bring in Ryan Pasoko if we can. Let's go and snag him real quick. Hopefully he's not doing a whole lot, but to find out. Hey, Ryan Pasoko here in the Wheels of America booth. How you feeling, man? Right now, looking to get a championship in the Flemdogs Truck Series. How you feeling, dude, before you go out and qualify?
Yeah, feeling pretty good. Just a little bit off from the top guys, but it's kind of been the same thing all year. They're just really good, and slowly catching them a little bit, but just not enough. But it's a long race. We'll see what happens.
Love that. I mean, yeah, these things are, can kind of go, either way. I mean, those guys are all teammates, obviously, but I mean, one wreck, there's no faster pairs could take them all, can take them out. So really, I mean, just being there, having a clean race might be what it takes. But awesome, man. Well, hey, I wanted to just talk to you real quick. It's a qualifying time, and good luck, dude.
Appreciate it.
All right, Frankie. So Ryan Pasoko feeling pretty good about it. I mean, obviously he's had a great season. He is a Cup regular, and making his way into the Truck Series, and has had a really consistent race. Right. I mean, it's so important to have that. I feel like to get just keeping the car clean, right, and it lands you in the championship 4.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it even on the Cup level. Like you have, I would say probably, sneaky under the radar, Joey Logano ends up winning the championship mainly because of how consistent he has been throughout the year.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's, sometimes it's not all about, getting the wins, even though wins are important. Ryan Pasoko, I'm gonna shed some light on him. He's been there all season long. Same with Joseph Mealy, same with Matt Pont, same with Nick Lights. The only difference is the win column, but Pasoko has been there all year long. So it's going to be interesting to see what he has tonight for the three-headed monster.
that's right.
NLR.
That is true. His teammate right now, Michael Bennett, out on track trying to get that good qualifying spot in that 19 Superflow machine. I love that paint scheme, man.
Yeah, it's he's kind of carried it over from breast cancer, as we have Ryan Pasoko, first of our championship 4.
Here he
Let's
is.
see what kind of lap he can put down. Let's see how he gets to the bottom. Okay, he's wrapping around the center pretty good. See what he can do on exit. Didn't look too shabby.
No, right now looking pretty good.
Yeah, let's see what he can do in 3 and 4.
Is that low line the preferred lane for qualifying? Is it the fastest way around?
I would say yes, mainly because tire wear is not a huge factor, obviously, in qualifying. You don't really care about, what your tires are going to be after the session. You're really just more for what kind of lap time you can produce. And especially in these trucks, you want to be on the bottom.
Love that. Ryan Pasoko already out in front with a 33.18 fast lap so far. Charlie Birch off by about a 10th. Looking pretty good for Ryan right here. A good starting spot. I mean, again, right now we're going to have about 20 plus cars in this field, which is definitely a testament to all the guys in the league, obviously. And I mean, again, right, last race, no one's really going for anything except these 4 guys, except for trophies. Big shout out to these guys who are showing up and about to put on a hell of a race. Ryan Pasoko ends his qualifying round with a 33.18, currently on top in the pole position, provisional pole. Great job for him so far. We're gonna go back down here. Charles Balance trying to get its qualifying run started.
Yeah, just to not harp on Soko, but I think that qualifying time's not bad. But I think you needed to at least be in the 33 zeros, maybe 05. We'll get you at least in the top 5, top 4. But we'll see what everyone else does. You never know.
Yes, sir. Right now, balanced with it. Oh, but 0.3 of a second back behind Ryan Pasoko, but not too bad. If you're one of these guys in the front, right? Nick Lights, Joseph, or Matthew, going for this championship, do you maybe just not qualify and say, you know what, we're gonna just take it easy. We don't have a fast repair. We gotta finish this race, and we gotta get to the front.
See, that would be a good strategy if you were maybe at like Martinsville or short track where chaos is a guarantee, but chaos usually isn't the word of the day when we go to Homestead. But
Okay.
you know, I wouldn't say I wouldn't be totally shocked. I would be shocked for sure because I think those three, they have the speed to put it at the very least inside the top 5,
Oh,
which
for
is
sure.
really what they need.
I think for these guys too, and I know all three of them, right? And I think they're all friends. They're having a great time with this series. I think they're kind of, like there might be some fun involved in it, right? Maybe they just sit in the back and they're like, you know what? We're all kind of, pretty well even. Let's just start in the back, see who can get through traffic the fastest or the best, and kind of have fun with it. Even though they are going for a championship, it's one of those things. Ryan Dunkelberger having a great lap right now. Speaking of which, right now in P2, only 3/1000ths of a second off, if my math is correct. Right now, going to try and steal that pole away from Ryan Pasoko. Doing great.
Car wrapped around the bottom good there. Let's see what the lap time is. Wow, it's that close.
Oh man, dead even.
3 milliseconds.
Wow. Ryan and Ryan both dead even at the line, but Pasoko just edges them out just a little bit. That could be huge for Ryan. I mean, that front, clean air, man. That's going to be huge.
Another thing I want to bring up is the selection of the #1 pit stall.
Oof, that's a great point. That could be it.
You've seen it so many times, even in the Cup Series. Especially like at a place like Phoenix, where you only have to go, you don't have to travel as much distance, I should say, to get to the timing line at the end of pit road as everybody else. So, I think whoever wins the pole will have a big advantage getting off pit road.
Great point. Right now, Nick Lights already just hard charging it on his first lap, 33.14. Great lap for him so far. I'll tell you what, that truck is just hugging that white line.
Yeah, let's see what he has here. Pretty impressive first lap.
Looking good. Keeps that 33.14. I'm starting to realize that the first lap for these guys seems like it's faster.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, I know, it could be the also 13-inch wheels. I remember for the Cup.
That's true.
I remember for the Cup Series how you always want to qualify on your second lap. But it seems like here these guys just want to get down and do it.
Right now, a quiet track. Nobody is. Oh, excuse me. Joseph Mealy. Here we go. Out for his qualifying lap. One of our Championship 4 drivers in that 9 truck. I'll tell you what, as of late, this guy has been just on absolute fire. Has won multiple races back to back. And I talked to him earlier before the race started, pre-race, and he is pretty confident.
Yeah, no, we'll see. Let's see what he's got on the other 2 teammates and Ryan Pasoko at NLR. Decent 1 and 2. I think he pushed up a little bit, but I mean, honestly, it doesn't look too bad.
No, sir. Looking good. Love to see it.
I tracked the bottom really well in 3 and 4. Oh, he got a little
Ooh,
loose.
a little bit. Ooh, comes so close to the wall. What's he gonna get here? Oh man,
30,
Joseph,
30.
33. Woo!
Yeah. 33-0. Great lap.
Great, and then Matthew Pont right behind him. Here he is in that 38 Goodrun Chevy truck. Awesome job. Right now, just about almost a tenth behind him, but still pushing forward. Brandon 6. Can't count him out ever. Right there in P2, trying to make that pole. Is he going to steal it from Joseph? Not quite. Doesn't look like it. Great job. So right now on provisional pole is Joseph Mealy. Awesome job. We've got about a minute left to go until qualifying. Man, I'll tell you what, these guys are just, that's huge for Joseph, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, that is as big as you can get it right there. That is confidence booster. That's pit road advantage booster.
Oh yeah.
That's also, I mean, you never know what goes on in another driver's head, but that could be also a psychological win, I should say, for Joseph, you know?
It's a good point.
He sees, listen, I have the 1 lap pace or 2 lap pace or whatnot, short run speed for everybody else. If it's like a 5 lap dash to the finish, he's going to be tough to beat.
I'll tell you what, that's the thing, right? I mean, qualifying laps, I mean, it's key to your point in the sense that short run speed could be massive. And right there, I mean, Joseph just proved that, you know, he is, I mean, lights right there was, I mean, what is that, 6/100ths of a second, you know, slower? Or is that, I don't know. Math is hard for me. Either way, Joseph is fast. A lot of guys didn't qualify. About 5 guys didn't qualify, choosing to stay in the back. Not a bad call. I mean, obviously, if you're a guy who's trying to make sure you don't, try and get in the mess of things. But right now, these guys are going to start gridding. I mean, I'll tell you what, I am so jacked up, Red Bull excited for this race. This season so far has been really good. You guys haven't seen most of the season. We only started broadcasting these races about 5 races to go, right when the playoffs started. And it's been an absolute awesome time. There were some great races before. Pocono comes to mind before the playoffs. That was just a really, really fun time. You know, but now, you know, Truck Series, playoffs, I mean, these 5 races have been crazy. They've been a great time. But today, what are we going to see in the race? So we have 20 cars. Love to see it. Stages, 25 and 55. So we have to keep that in mind. That's going to play a big role because it seems like fuel might come to play. Maybe not stage 1. Stage 2, it most likely will, assuming it goes green. That's the only thing. So that's going to be interesting. Tires, I don't think from what I've heard that tires are going to play a major role into this race. They definitely can. I know in the Cup Series they definitely do. So I guess it's going to be just a matter of seeing who can manage their stuff and who can hold on to it. But right now, we are going to be going green very shortly. 100 laps to decide the champion of the Flemdogs Truck Series. I'll tell you what, this is going to be crazy. A lot of guys in the race right now. You know, kind of going through the field real quick. We'll do the grid in just a second. I mean, look at these guys. Joseph David, great. Brian Dixon, strong truck driver. His song right here making his debut, not debut, but in the race. Cody Vaughn, his truck's not on the grid yet, but definitely a fast guy. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, let's go through the grid. Here we go. Championship race here at Homestead, Miami. P1 is going to go to Joseph Mealy. P2 is Brandon 6. Watch out for him because he is always great in everything he drives. Nick Lights in P3. Matthew Pont, P4, Ryan Pasoko, P5, Dunkelberger, P6, Charlie Birch, P7, great young kid, doing a really good job right now, showing a lot of speed. Aaron Fisher in P8, P9 is Nick Biddy, Landry Monty in P10. Josh Larson, P11, made the race, wasn't thinking he was going to make it, but he did make it. Michael Lanphier, P12. P13 is going to be Michael Bennett, P14, Anthony Williams, Charles Bounds in P15, Mitch Diamond, 16th, Cody Vaughn, 17th, Rubberhead Song 18th, Brian Dixon P19, and rounding up the field is Joseph David in P20. Well, Frankie, here we go, man. Gonna drop the hammer here for the last race of the Flemdogs Truck Series Season 1. I can't wait, man. They're gonna go green right here. Joseph Mealy gonna lead them off. And here we go, we're green, green, green. For the finale of the Flemdogs Truck Series, Nick Lights tries to dive in already. We're gonna go 3 wide into turn 1.
Very aggressive from Lights.
Oh!
We got an issue.
Big wreck. Brandon Six gets, not even sure what happened there, but he got sent up quite a bit.
Yeah, that was weird from Brandon Six. I don't know if there was some net code or what happened there. That was
definitely
really
weird. I mean, right now Charles Bounds falling back a little bit. Hit the wall coming out of 3. It looks like. Got to be careful here. It's only lap 1. Man, look at this. Nick Lights.
Yeah, look at it. He's led lap 1. I think right there. And I mean, don't know what he's thinking, obviously, but could be another, psych warfare right here, imposing his will. He's already saying right now, lap 1, hey, I don't care if it's lap 1 or lap 100. I'm gonna make this move. You better hold your ground, because I'm gonna hold my ground.
That's right. Nick Lights going for that championship. You can't hold him back. Joseph Mealy P2, Matthew Pont P3, and then Ryan Pasoko P4. We have our championship 4 right now, 1 through 4. Just how you want to see it.
Yeah, this is almost exactly what you see from the Cup Series usually in real life. I mean,
oh, big wreck behind Joseph David. That brings our first caution of the day. Joseph David gets into a big wreck right there. Comes across the nose of a truck right. Oh, man, back at the pack. We're going to take a look back at that. Definitely didn't expect that early this race, but let's go back if we can. You can only kind of see him loose a little bit, but get a good shot here. So it looks like the 69 just kind of turned left right here into David. Not real sure what that's about. We're going to try and rewind that just a little bit. See if we can get a better view. So coming out of turn 1, I believe this is, or going into 1, excuse me. We're going to dive down low. I believe that is Aaron Fisher in the 69. Okay, so nothing quite right there. Let's just watch this lap and see what kind of develops, because the 69 just seems like he turns left into the 6. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but yeah, okay, so right here, I mean, David's kind of like swinging left and right. Not real sure what's going on there. Maybe a little loose.
Yeah, it just seems like David was just struggling a little bit from rear grip, maybe pressing the throttle a little too hard.
Right here,
And I
Fisher.
think right here, you're probably going to see the beginning of what's going to start.
Oh, it just gets loose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rear traction. And then I don't know. I mean, from that view, it almost looks like it was kind of one zigged, one zagged. That's
Yeah.
kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, David was definitely loose right there. He tried to collect it, came back up, turned right, maybe trying to save it. I mean, Fisher, turns left, but I mean, it's maybe himself trying to recover as well. It is loose. The track is hot right now, so could be a bunch of different things, but that's going to be pretty big. I mean, right now, that's going to be our first caution of the day. Back up front, Nick Lights. Kind of shocked to see it. I mean, this track, Frankie, even in the Cup Series, I noticed that, this track during the day, especially in the sun, it's pretty rough when it comes to just overall, track temp obviously is high. It's Florida, right, in the sun, but the grip levels really aren't that that great. I mean, you know, I've taken the truck out for a spin a couple times, and it definitely is loose, at least for me, on entry, off exit for sure, if you can't handle it. Turn 2 does seem like it's a bit looser than turn 4, at least for me. But I mean, again, as the sun goes down, the track is going to cool off. These tires are going to feel a bit better. And these guys should have a truck that tightens up just a bit more. And they'll have the ability to maintain that grip. But right now, we're on lap 6. These guys aren't looking like they're going to pit. We're going to go take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back here live for the Flemdogs Truck Series Championship race here at Homestead, Miami. Right now, we are under caution currently for that wreck involving Joseph David in that 6 and the 69 of Aaron Fisher. But we're going to go back green right here on lap 7, going to be going on to lap 8. Stage 1 ends at lap 25, so keep that in mind, folks. That Championship 4 is up front, all 4. You love to see it. Who's going to come out on top? We have less than 100 laps. Nick Light's going to lead him back off into the green flag. Here we go.
Yeah, Light's getting the jump on Mealy. Matt Pont looking to the inside of his NLR teammate. Got 2x2 for several rows back. Looks like they're all going to get through clean.
Great job by these guys. 2 and 3 wide right now in Homestead. Man, I'll tell you what, I was just telling the folks at home, I mean, as this track cools off, Frankie, we're going to see these cars tighten up just a little bit. I think that might solve the loose issues.
Yeah, I mean, I think it most likely could. I mean, you never know what the track's going to do. It's varies a lot. You know, how many cars are on track. You know, a lot of different factors go into what the track will do later on. But right now, there is one guarantee, at least for now. Top 4 championship contenders. We talked about this before the yellow. Nick Lights, Joseph Mealy, Matt Pont, Ryan Pasoko. Kind of all running in a line.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Right.
5th place, Charlie Birch, trying to pursuit them.
I'll tell you what, having a great run too. Qualified, I believe, 6th place, and right now doing a fantastic job. Right now, that whole like 5th through 10th is just right together. Ooh, Landry Monty smacks the wall right there, entering turn 3. That's gonna damage that nose a little bit.
That'll damage it a little bit. So easy to do in turn 3. Turn 3, the wall kind of jets out a tiny bit. You won't notice it until you're on track. I mean, but it's so easy because the car is just super tight entering turn 3. Super tight. Or a truck in this case. Very tight entering the corner. And that can happen if you don't place the car correctly. But we definitely got one big mover. At least so far. It's that 51 of Josh Larson. Started 11th. Maybe gonna fall back position to Dunkelberger.
I mean, having an awesome run right now, looking really confident in that 51 Crescent Toyota. I'll tell you what, Ryan Dunkelberger has not slowed down in this truck series. Made his debut about 3 or 4 races ago. and has not been slow. He has been very, very good. Keep a watch for him. Actually, Frankie, we actually have two of our Cup Series Championship 4 drivers in this race right now. Ryan Dunkelberger, Brandon Six, trying to make a run here at Homestead, maybe trying to learn something, anything, to give them an advantage for Thursday.
Yeah, another thing we didn't talk about, but the day into night, it's going to be the same thing for the Cup Series, same sim time. So maybe, oh, I see one on the wall.
Ooh.
That's Charlie Birch, the 18 truck. Got the. Doesn't look like he hit it super hard, but he definitely rode it.
Yeah, I mean he was in the fence. I mean for a good long while there. We're gonna try and take a look and see if he has damage on that right side, but so far the nose looking pretty good. Might see some scratches and dents. Okay, I see it right front. Not
Definitely
terrible,
could have been
but
a lot worse.
yeah,
Definitely could have been a lot worse. I think it's also, I mean, when you get in the wall here, you almost kind of figure out how to stay on the wall. You don't want to smack it, because if you smack the wall, then that'll really give you some damage. But if you kind of just brush against it slightly, it's almost better to just keep it up there.
exactly. Right now, a bunch of guys. Man, I'll tell you what, these guys are just battling. Such a good job. Lap 15, going on to lap 16. We have 10 laps to go into the stage 1. Here's the funny part, Frankie, about stages, is that stages in this race really don't matter, right? Because no one's looking for playoff points. You know, this is the final race. Playoff points mean nothing. Stage points mean nothing. I mean, they might for guys who are looking to get, in the driver standings or whatnot. But really, these playoff guys, they're looking to just get, ahead of them. So you can really change your strategy quite a bit.
Yeah, you can change. You can change your strategy to multiple different angles. But one point I do want to bring up, and you never know, maybe this might happen, but you don't actually have to win the race to win the championship.
That's right. Great
all
point.
you have to do is finish ahead of the other three. Now, obviously, if one of the three's in second, then you obviously have to win. But if they're in fifth, fourth, hell, even third, and you're in second, if you're the leading playoff driver, and you can win the championship from second place. Technically, you can even win the championship technically from 16th place.
That's right.
So it's a lot for these truck drivers to really take in, and we'll see really what these guys are made of. The top 4 of Ryan Pasoko, Matt Pont, Joseph Mealy, and Nick Lights. Let's see what they're made of for these next, I would say, about roughly 80 laps.
Yes, sir. Joseph Mealy is already trying to do that high line. I mean, is that pretty effective here, Frankie? This early in the race?
I mean, I think it'll be effective the longer you run. I don't know about these trucks, but in the Cup cars, if you kind of do a certain line, if you know how to drive, ride the wall, if you're a dirt track guy, I think it could work. But for me, I've always been a bottom feeder, so for me that would never work. But I think what he's trying to do, he's trying to find some grip.
Right.
He's trying to figure out a way how to be faster than Lights. And this is the advantages of being in second, almost. You can try a bunch of stuff early in the race, like, okay, does this work? Does this work? Does this work? And it's like, okay, if this doesn't work, then fine. I'll try it maybe later in the race. If it doesn't work, then whatever. But if it does work, then there's only probably one person, or one driver, I should say, who will know about it, and that's that 9 truck of Joseph Mealy.
That's right. So right now, one guy I want to highlight, a couple guys actually, ABR teammates over on the Cup side, but Robert Hissong and Mitch Diamond right now battling it out. I've seen these names kind of flip-flop a lot over on the left side ticker. These guys are having a great time.
Yeah, and to your point, I mean, I think these guys, I think everybody else besides the Championship 4 want to prove a point, and it's for a totally different reason. Like, if you have Ryan Dunkelberger, Brandon Six, they're basically competing against each other almost. I mean, I understand the Cup cars and trucks drive differently, way differently, but you never know, man. Fast drivers adapt very quickly.
Yes, sir.
And it seems like those guys, doesn't matter what you put them in. You can put them in a late model, you can put them in a truck car, Xfinity car, Cup car, you can put them in a in an off-road car, they'll still figure out a way to be fast.
That's right.
And you have, a couple guys like Josh Larson, Landry Monty. I would want to say Charles Balance, and also maybe I think he's here tonight, but Lance Coaster. Anyone who is a playoff driver who did not make the round of 4, I think they want to send a message.
That's right.
I think they want to be like, listen, I deserve to be in here.
Great point.
Obviously, the season didn't turn out the way we would like it, but honestly, I want to try to win. As we see a pass for 4th place, that's Dunkelberger on Pasoko, Brandon 6, looking on the inside of Pasoko. And I don't know about if I was any of the NLR drivers, Nick Lights, Joseph Mealy, and Matt Pump, and I'd be taking notes.
I would.
Lap 20. I mean, obviously you got Brandon 6 and Dunkelberger who are fast, but you see Pasoko, losing positions. That may be a weakness of him. You never know.
Seems like it. I mean, right now,
Nick
Brandon 6 and Dunkelberger seem like they're pretty fast in the long run. Right now, we have gone about 20 laps or so on green flag. So right now, we have a car coming off the pit road. Looks like Joseph David finally coming back onto the track. Good to see. Car's definitely in better shape than it was before we saw it.
Yeah, just not a good night so far for Joe David. It's one of those things in racing. I mean, something happens early, you can debate about it if it's if it's your fault, if it's someone else's fault. But unfortunately, the result is the same. You are unfortunately multiple laps down trying to save your night.
Yes, sir. Right now, we see Nick Lights on the last lap of stage 1. Going to be coming down into turn 2, looking smooth and silky right now into turn 3. Coming out of turn 4, going to be your stage 1 winner here at the Flemdogs Truck Series Championship race here at Homestead, Miami.
The dominant stage 1 win by Lights, but didn't seem like Joseph Mealy, Matt Pont, the two teammates, they didn't look too far off the pace. I think where Nick has that advantage is the first 10 laps. I think he can really get the most out of his tires and just push for all he's got.
Yes, sir. Well, right now, Nick Lights finishes that stage P1, Joseph Mealy P2, and then Matthew Pont P3. Ron Pasoko rounds out in 6th place right now, but looking to try and get into the front of these guys. We're going to hit a quick commercial break. We'll be right back, folks. All right, and just like that, we are back. It is the stage 1 end, and Nick Lights is your man. Great job by him. These guys are going to come down pit road, get those 4 fresh tires. Again, Joseph Mealy with that number 1 pit stall. Let's see how he does here. Let's see how if this first pit stall, Frankie, actually makes a huge difference. So far, these guys getting 4 tires. Gonna get all the fuel they can get to make this second stage. Ooh, right there. Oh, so close. Nick Lights beats him out just by a little bit. Very, very close by these guys. Awesome job. I'll tell you what, that first pit stall didn't really seem to have as big of an advantage as you would have thought it was. I mean, Joseph Mealy actually came up third in that line. Matthew Pont right now is currently in P2, and then Mealy's in P3. Pasoko, I mean, good for him. He didn't lose many spots. He's still in sixth, so he didn't lose any spots as far as, you know, where he finished stage one. But he does have Brandon 6 and Ryan Nuckelberger in P and 4 and 5 in front of him. So going to definitely be interesting to see how he navigates through those guys. Lap 28. Next stage will end on lap 55. So this next stage is a little bit longer. So we will have to see if fuel comes into play, or even tires.
Yeah, I think you saw that. I think the tires do play a factor. I mean, they were about a second and a half off, I should say, the qualifying pace, really. About a second and a half, give or take. 33, 34, 3, 34, 4, 34, 5. That was at least the leader's pace. So we'll really see what these guys are made of, at least for a little bit longer. We're gonna have, I believe, just under maybe around 25 laps. Is that right? 25?
Yes, sir. Going to be about 25.
Yeah, so it'll be a little longer, 5 laps longer.
I think a lot of these guys, I think we're going to see, I feel like we're going to see some of these guys, you know, again, back at the pack, right? You know, this is different for these guys in the back who aren't, you know, going for a championship, right? They're going for trophies. They're going for the win. So, you know, normally you would want to manage your race in a way where you're trying to get stage points, or you're trying to get, you know, right, things like that, so that you can further your championship hopes and playoff hopes. But here, you can manage your race in a way where you're going for the win, and that's it. So, you know, maybe that means, you know, coming in early and not getting stage points, so that you position yourself to be in a better spot later in the race.
Yeah, risk versus reward, right? I mean, the risk for, you know, guys like Michael Bennett, Mitch Diamond, Brian Dixon, Anthony Williams, Rob Hissong, Aaron Fisher, they have almost zero risk. Like, sure, if it doesn't go, if the strategy call doesn't go right, well, okay, it may have ruined their race, but at least they went for it, you know.
That's right.
No holds barred, coming to the green.
I'll tell you what, these first 3 guys are going to go for it right here. Nick Lights leads them back off to the green flag. We are on lap 30 of the championship race. Joseph Mealy trying to squeeze down in front of Matthew Pont. Didn't quite work.
Yeah, I think these guys really might need to figure it out here, because Nick might crawl away again a little bit. Matt Pont got a little loose. He's going to slide in right behind Joseph Mealy. Brandon 6 diving to the inside behind 6.
Woo.
The other championship 4 contender, that's Pasoko. Maybe burnt his stuff a little bit. As Josh Larson going to take it 3 wide on Pasoko.
Man, dove way down there to turn 1.
I think Larson backs out of it. Realize it's only lap 30. I think he's got a long way to go. They're both going to pass Dunkleberg.
Great job so far.
Yeah, no, great job by these guys. A couple guys trying to make it work on the high side on new tires. Michael Bennett, Mitch Diamond. I just don't think it works on new tires. Maybe if you really get on the door of your competitor on the inside, maybe it can work. But I just don't know if it'll work, especially with new tires. But you never know. These guys, they know what they're doing.
Ooh, you know, Dunneberg hits the wall right here into 3. Man,
we saw it earlier. So easy to do, so easy to get in the wall in 3. It's not even you pushing the car hard. It's just the truck, in this case, just gets really tight. You know, like it's almost off cambered.
Yeah.
Brian Dixon backing out of the inside. Probably wise choice. That's going to cost him at least the spot as Mitch Diamond going to the inside of Brian Dixon in that 03 truck. Man, so close to contact for those two. Really great racing.
Oh yeah, I mean Brian Dixon right now making the outside stick right now. Landry Monty trying to catch the small pack here. We have back up front, Nick Light still looking pretty damn good right now in P1. Is not giving up that bottom line right now for sure.
Yeah, it just seems like on new tires, bottom line, it's just the shortest way around. I mean, you can try to run the high side, but it just seems like you lose too much time in the middle of the corner to really gain any momentum down the straightaway. Like you only gain a little bit of momentum that you lose from in the middle of the corner. Like it's probably more or less 2/10 you lose in the middle of the corner. You're only gaining back half a tenth maybe down the straightaway, and that's maybe being a bit generous, especially on new tires.
That's right. A couple guys here. Back of the pack. Man, I'll tell you what, Brian Dixon and Mitch Diamond have not gotten away from each other this entirety of stage 2 so far. Great job by these guys. Great racing involved.
Yeah, like I said before, if you're going to run the high side, you got to do what Brian Dixon is doing. Get on that door of your competitor on the inside. Dunkelberger, Dunkelberger did not get out of 4 good. Just a truck of the song on the wall in the back there. See, that's how you pass on the outside. You got to get on the door of your competitor. You know, maybe they don't want to do it early because the guy on your inside slipped up, and it's chaos. Landry Romani making a bit of a hole on the outside of Dunkelberger. Man, I'm a little shocked by this. Dunkelberger is struggling. I think we saw this last run. He takes it really easy for the first couple laps. Maybe actually, I'm going to do a little investigating here. I wonder if he might be saving fuel.
It's a great point. I do see some right rear damage actually in the back of that Haas CNC truck, so that might have a small thing to do with this, but yeah, definitely a lot of strategy here. Could be evolving for sure. Up front, nothing's changed. Nick Lights, a little under a second lead right now above Matthew Pont. Matthew Pont made that pass around Joseph Mealy, so we're going to see maybe if Pont has anything for Lights right here.
Yeah, but again, same thing. Top 4, championship 4 contenders, maybe a little switched with Matt Pont being in second, Joseph Mealy in third, with the constants being Nick Lights, P1, and P4 being Pasoko.
I'll tell you what, Pasoko has caught Joseph Mealy. He is right there, and he was sliding back a little bit at the end of stage 1, maybe a little bit as well at the beginning of stage 2, but right now he is right there with 15 laps to go in stage 2.
I want to ask you the question here, Steve. You've ran the trucks a little more than me, but I would say I've heard from a couple guys that the fuel window isn't as big as you think in these trucks.
Really?
Yeah, you don't even get to 30, lap 30.
Huh. Okay.
So I think with some of these guys, we got split strategy here. We're going to have the guys that are going to try to get as far as a gap as possible, build as big of a gap as possible by pure speed. Maybe come in 5 to go, 4 to go, around there, and not take tires, take fuel only. I know, but if a caution comes out, they're in business.
It's a great point. I do like it, and that's the thing, right? I mean, if you're a Ryan Pasoko right now, I mean, you're fast. Obviously, you're a championship 4, but you know, as the race goes on, I mean, maybe you realize, you know what, I don't have anything for Nick or for Matthew. You know, just maybe you just change it up, right? Maybe you just give them something different. You undercut. You try a different strategy, because if you do what the leaders do, you're only going to finish behind them.
Exactly. If you just follow the leader, you're going to finish behind the leader. Great point there, Steve. I think we're going to have 3 strategies in play here. The first strategy is what I think most of the leaders are going to do. They're going to go as far as they can. They're going to pit. They're going to pit towards the end of the stage, and they're going to take fuel only.
That's right.
You know, just to save as little time on pit road as possible. It's not ideal, but if you can't make it, you can't make it. You got to do something about it. The second strategy is we might see guys push a good bit, and then about halfway in, maybe come in and take some tires. It may be a little early, and honestly, I might not be a big fan of it, of this strategy per se, because unfortunately the fall off, especially for 15 lap tires, is only really a second. That's about it. Maybe a second a lap.
Wow.
Like right here, we're gonna take Nick Lights for example. 34.1. It's about a second, just only 1 second off of his qualifying time, and he's on lap 13 of his run, and we have about almost coming to 16 to go. So I just don't think. I think it's going to be strategy 1 or strategy 3, which I have not gotten to yet, but I'm going to introduce that. is safe fuel, you know. And I have an eye on a couple of people. Ryan Dunkelberger, he slipped all the way back to the 16th position.
Yeah.
Gotta believe. I mean, listen, we both know Ryan Dunkelberger. He is not a 16th place driver.
Oh, no way. Nope.
No way. There is something hinky in Hinky Town going on. He's doing something. I would say, if I had to guess, probably shutting the car off, clutching it in, and saving as much fuel as possible.
I'll tell you what, if this was Among Us right now, I'd be calling. Whoa, hold on now.
Sorry to cut you off. We have a better wreck down the backstretch.
No caution. That 32 of Nick Biddy, it looks like. I see Nick Biddy smoking. Third caution of the day out right now. That truck is all kinds of beat up. Not real sure what happened there, but he is smoking hard, and it looks like his engine might have been blown or a tire down. That truck is beat up, man.
Yeah, that truck. Oof.
We'll go back and take a look, but that might change the strategy altogether, Frankie, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and it'll be very interesting because it'll be coming. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 9 to go right now. It's 9 to go. So it'll be very interesting to see what these guys are going to do. The tires have not fallen off.
Yeah.
As much as I thought they would. It's only about, well, Nick Lights' last lap was 34.5, so that's about 1.4 seconds. So I think we'll really see what these guys are going to do.
Let's take a look back here. I mean, Nick Biddy right now on the front stretch, we rewound it quite a bit, but trying to figure out where exactly this went down. Right, oh, kind of loose right there, maybe. Trying to figure out where he might have wrecked this thing.
I think it's on the front stretch of maybe this lap.
All right, dives down, trying to get driving pretty hard. Ooh, right there. Mitch Diamond and then the 62 get involved. Oh no.
So that started a bit further back.
It did, yeah. Mitch Diamond and let's try the old rewind function here.
That's pretty interesting.
Tell you what, Frankie, you're not old enough to understand this, but the whole Blockbuster Be Kind rewind. No? So Mitch Diamond comes up here a little bit and then just, oh man, gets right in front of Landry Monty. Not sure if Mitch was trying to do like a slide job there and trying to get in front of him to block that lane. It's tough to say.
That is a common move for Homestead, especially in the Cup Series. Overdrive the entry and try to slide up to your competitors. I mean...
Ooh, man, look at that.
Look at that airtime from that 32 truck. Not what you want to do. This isn't Nitro Rallycross. This is NASCAR Truck Series racing. You don't want to get airtime.
No, sir.
But I think, unfortunately, that'll end Nick Biddy's night. To not having a good night. And quite frankly, it was honestly that was not his mess. He unfortunately walked into that.
Yeah, that's a real shame for him. But I'll tell you what, honestly, how does this play a role, Frankie? I mean, these guys, right? We're gonna have about maybe 5 laps to go. This is not the stage end, so I mean, it's gonna be a bit of a dash to get to that stage 2 end. What do you think is gonna happen?
Okay, so I have kept up with pit stop strategies. So we have the 4 of Nick Lights, the 38 of Matt Pont, and the 9 of Joseph Mealy. out of the 4 championship contenders, they stayed out. Ryan Pasoko
Interesting.
pitted, I believe, for 4 tires. I think he wants to get to the front of the field. And I think as long as a caution does not come out, I think he'll have that opportunity. Because think about it. Over a second of fall off,
Wow.
Ryan Pasoko is going to be running qualifying laps. But here's another thing. We only had five tires, I believe, 5 sets of tires. So
That's right.
So if there's a yellow at the end of this race, right? And if Ryan Pasoko will have one, most likely, if he does not stay out for the end of this stage, he'll have one set. He'll have a 1 set deficit.
Yeah.
At a place like this, it is huge.
But you know what? I like the call. Like we said earlier, right? If you just stay behind the leaders, you're not gonna, be in front of the leaders or try and get this win, right? All you're gonna do is get in front of and stay in front of these 3 at the finish. And Ryan making this call to get those 4 tires, this could be his way of getting to the front and then maybe holding the lead, right? That fresh air could be huge.
It could be. I mean, you never know.
Right now, pace car lights are out. We're gonna go back green here. We're gonna have 5 laps to go in this stage number 2. Gonna be an absolute dash. These guys are looking pretty good. Top 5 really hasn't changed, but Dunkelberger has made his way back up to 6th. He was pretty far back in the in the standings earlier, Frankie. Gonna be good. A couple updates for a couple of guys. Justice David, he's actually still out of the race right now, unfortunately. Josh Larson, we were talking about him earlier. Had a great time up there in the front. Is 5 laps down. Not sure what happened to him. Maybe connectivity issues, but either way, Nick Lights taking the back green here with 5 laps to go in stage 2. Man, Pont and Joseph Mealy are going neck and neck here. Awesome job. Gotta be careful. Brandon 6 right behind Joseph. He's fast. You gotta watch for him. These guys all have fresh tires, or at least some of them do. And it's gonna be real interesting to see who and how these guys handle this.
Yeah, one thing might be, you got a couple guys. I mean, Pasoko has not made his way up, so it actually has me wondering. Maybe he did not take 4 tires.
Yeah.
We'll see the lap time here, but maybe he knows he's got top 5 pace. I believe he has top 5 pace. I think what he wants to do, I think he just wanted to come in, take some tires. Or I should say get some fuel, sorry, not take tires.
That's right.
And maybe secure himself. Because you never know. These guys were all very tight on fuel.
It's a great point. Right now, I mean, you kind of squirm a little bit, right, when you see the non-playoff guys, driving against the playoff guys. But that's the unique thing about this format, right, is that non-playoff guys and playoff guys are racing together. So a lot of respect has to be shown on track, for sure. Back in the pack, I see a big wad of guys here.
Yeah, 51 of Josh Larson, 69 of Aaron Fisher. Oh, Larson going to the outside. That's tight. I think Charlie Birch having a little bit of issues. He's dropping back.
Man, Larson shot out of a cannon right there. He is 5 laps down. It did seem like he had some connectivity issues, unfortunately. He was flying around this track, man.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's part of the thing in sim racing.
Oh, big hit the wall. Oh, man, big hits right here in the back of the pack. Just try and get that. Mitch Diamond may be involved. Trying to find these guys. Yeah, Charlie Birch hit the wall real hard back there. And Anthony Williams both hit the wall out of the backstretch. Both cars keeping it straight, but that's going to be massive damage for these guys. I'll tell you what, here he is, Nick Lights. A little past halfway. We are about a half a track length away from the stage 2 finish. Nick Lights again, just looking so confident, so just steady. But here he is, coming after turn 4. Nick Lights is your stage 2 winner here in the Flemdogs Truck Series Championship race. Great job by him. Joseph Mealy is P2. Brandon 6. It's P3. Ryan Dunkelberger P4. Great run so far. Michael Lamphere making a statement here. Already in P5. Great job by him. Haven't talked about him too much, but looking really good. Matthew Pont fell back there a bit in P6. And then back a little ways, P9 is Ryan Pasoko, that 4th championship driver, trying to make it in and trying to get in front of these guys. Doing a great job so far.
Yeah, I believe Pasoko did not take tires. I think he just wanted some fuel security. But I think he was maybe at least the big loser on after the caution on the restart. Another one, maybe Matt Pont dropped back 3 positions. Michael Lamphere took tires, I believe. Not sure if it's 2 or 4, but I know he for sure took tires. Still, probably a great strategy call. It's like, you know what? I think I have the speed to be up here. Passing may be a little bit tough. I want to see if I can get my own track position a different, unconventional way.
Awesome job. Well, right now we're gonna go talk to these guys. Or actually, you know what? Let's just see how these pits go. Here we go. We're going to find out real quick if that number 1 pit stall for Joseph Mealy does play a big role into this.
Yeah, he's got to be perfect. Going pit limiter speed. It's got to be right on that edge because Nick Lights is going to be right on that edge too. Getting into his stall.
Really good entry there for those guys. Joseph gonna get these 4 sets of tires. We're gonna find out real quick what kind of strategy these guys are gonna apply here. So far, I'm seeing. Okay, so right now, Brian Dixon already out there. Ooh, Joseph gets a great launch right there. Is gonna win that race off of pit road. So Joseph Mealy, massive move right there to get out in front of Nick Lights. That's gonna shake things up. Joseph hasn't had the lead yet, and I'll tell you what, that could be massive for his championship run, especially getting that fresh air. And the advantage of being able to lead this field to the green. That could be massive for that momentum.
That is, I would say, massively massive, but but I don't want to harp on it too much, but that number 1 pit stall got him the lead.
That's right.
Short distance to travel. All he's got to do is just not spin the rear wheels. As long as he doesn't do that, he's got a straight shot on exit. He doesn't have to worry about a thing now. He is out front.
Love to see it. Right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break before these guys go back green for the second half of the race. We'll be right back, folks. All right, and we're back here for the stage 2 end. We're gonna go back green here. We're gonna have about 40 laps to go here for the end of this race, man. I cannot believe we are only 40 laps away from the end of the season. And honestly, an awesome first season. Again, we didn't expect, it to be this wild and crazy. but definitely a fun time. We'll be back season 2 starting January 3rd or 4th, depending on what day we decide to go back racing on for Tuesdays or for the truck series. But going to be an absolutely awesome time. We have so many good things planned next season for the truck series. It's going to be awesome. I'll tell you what, we're gonna bring this thing to the next level, man. That's just the idea. Right now, we're gonna have Joseph Mealy launch us off. We're gonna go to a crank it up with 40 laps to go here on the restart. Let's let it rip. All right, we're back. That crank it up is pretty crazy. Love to see these trucks get around this 1.5 mile track of Homestead nice and fast. We see Nick Lights taking the lead back right there. I saw some contact, Frankie. I don't know if you saw that too, but they were side by side. Crazy good battles here.
No, I did not see the contact because I was actually really focused on the lead up front. Nick Lights taking it away from Joseph Mealy, and just turned underneath him and just got it on his own. He took it from him. Right now, Nick Lights just really, really fast.
Power move right there for sure. Lap 64, Nick Lights is out front of these Championship 4, trying to get his first Flemdogs Truck Series Championship in Season 1. Doing a great job, but Joseph Mealy is not going to let him take it away easy. Back in the pack, no. Brandon 6. Oh, go ahead, Frankie.
No, I was just gonna say no. I mean, I don't expect Joseph to really give up the fight now. I mean, he's got about 30, coming to 36 laps to go. I think the fight has only begun between him and his teammate.
That's right. Right now, Brandon 6 holding it down pretty strong in that P3 position, doing a great job. A lot of respect being shown by him and all these other guys, trying to race these guys cleanly, but also respecting the fact they are trying to go for a championship. Matthew Pont right now in P4, right behind Brandon 6. Struggling a little bit. Doesn't really seem to have the speed as the front two guys do, but definitely looking pretty sharp. Back in the pack, or before them, or behind them, excuse me, Brian Dixon right now making a great move. Currently in P5. Awesome run for him. Michael Lanphier. And then Ryan Pasoko right there. But hot on his tail, man, is Ryan Dunkelberger. He is right there. Hits the apron just a little bit.
Yeah, right now, I don't know about, I think right now that strategy call before the end of stage 2 is not helping at all.
Yeah.
What Pasoko needs. I think he just needs more track position. And right now, he lost that track position to maybe, it may have been a miscalculation on the fuel. I don't know. But...
I mean, it's tough to say, right? A little bit, but we still have, 33 laps to go. Fuel's going to be, coming into play here. So maybe, do you undercut? Do you get the fresh tires, undercut, nice and early so that you can try and, maybe win some spots just on speed alone?
Yes, I think the undercut here will it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be about the huge pace advantage, because the pace advantage is about maybe a second and a half after 25 laps. So it's not going to be a big gap, but it's going to be a sizable gap where, as long as you get down pit road, if you have a clean in and out, you'll definitely gain some track position, but it'll depend on how much track position you get, and when does the elusive caution fly.
That's right. I'll tell you what, right now, these guys, I have seen these guys side by side the entire race. Michael Bennett and then Mitch Diamond racing really clean together. They were involved in different wrecks early in the race, not with each other, but with other drivers. But right now, I mean, looking pretty strong. Cars are beating and banging, pretty good, but holding strong for sure.
And in the case of Mitch Diamond, his is beat. At least his right side is a little bit beat up, but you know what? Still running strong, trying to keep that badass 65 Chevrolet. Trying to keep it moving.
Yes, sir. We're seeing Ryan Dunkelberger right now making that pass over Ryan Pasoko. Ryan's going to try and dive it in a little bit. Doesn't quite make it, but great run so far. Here's the thing, right? I mean, even if Pasoko here doesn't win this championship, this is a super commendable series. Oh, we see right now Michael Bennett spinning out in turn 2. Brings up the caution for our 5th time. Man, unfortunate right there. We saw that earlier with, I believe, Nick Biddy and Joseph David just kind of getting loose out of that turn 2. And we see it again here. I wonder if he got help from Mitch, but we're going to find out. Let's take a look. Try and get okay, so right now we're already seeing him sideways all by himself, so yeah, tries to hold on to it, doesn't quite. Yeah, man, just kind of just goes around. We saw the same thing earlier with I believe Joe David goes around, and just a tough spot. I mean, even though the sun's coming down right now, actually it's full dark at this point. I mean, the track definitely has more grip, I would assume, but I mean, when you're pushing probably as hard as these guys are right now, this can be tough for sure.
Yeah, I think what really compounded that issue definitely was he got on that outer seam, the last seam, and that is very slippery, especially on old tires. If you don't hit it right, if you maybe press that throttle a little too hard,
that's right.
That's the result.
Now,
So I think it could have been that, but
now, Frankie, how's this going to work? Because I mean, right now they're pitting. I mean, so fuel-wise, they're going to be fine to get to the end of this race. But I mean, tires. Are we putting on fresh tires here, or if you're a Ryan Pasoko, do you try 2 just to get fresh air? I mean, oh, here he is, Ryan Pasoko getting up front. He's going to beat him off.
Yep. Good call.
Great call there by Ryan Pasoko to get the lead from these guys for the Championship 4. Awesome stuff. Looks like, at least from our angle, he had 2 right front tires being put on. That's a great call, because Frankie, you mentioned earlier that these tires aren't really falling off like you thought they were, right?
No, I think the fall off, at least for, I don't know, maybe 20-25 laps, is a second and a half. I mean, usually in the Cup car, that's about 2 seconds easily, and right now, I don't know, man. I think personally, at least for a competition call, I think it's a great call.
Oh yeah,
because you need to try something different. You don't have the speed of
right.
At least Nick or Joseph. You need to do something different.
And we've talked about it, right? I mean, if you're Ron Pasoko, right? To your point, I mean, you're not gonna, win this championship based on speed alone. So you got to try something different to get in front of these guys. And I think the fresh air could play a role. I mean, it might just give him that much of a boost to make him fast. Now keep in mind, he's not actually leading the race. Dunkelberger did stay out, but he'll be on a little older tire, so that could play kind of a role into this for sure. But we also can't keep in mind, I mean, Joseph Mealy also, again, beat off Nick Lights coming out of pit road. So that number 1 pit stall, again, it's a huge advantage to getting out in front of Nick. So that could play a massive role here as well. I mean, Ryan has shown speed. He's shown that he's definitely, capable of maintaining this top 4 pace. But this fresh, I don't know, this fresh air could be everything. 25 laps to go.
I do want to point out there is one car that actually stayed out, and it was Ryan Dunkelberger.
Yes, just mentioned that.
Oh, wow. Oh, sorry. I was actually. That's kind of the duty from race control. I don't hear everything Steve says, and I might have missed that. Sorry, folks.
Normally, I give the absolute shambles award to a driver in the field, but today it might just be our co-host Frankie Barroso today.
Well, yes,
we'll see.
I am absolute shambles, Steve.
Yeah, it's all right. We all are deep inside. Right now, we are on lap 74. Excuse me. Lights are out on the pace truck, car, whatever that is. I still have no idea what kind of car that is, man. I think we've tried to debate that, Reese and I, on the Thursday races for quite some time. But either way, doesn't really matter. Ryan Dunkelberger going to be leading off with 25 laps to go. So basically a stage in length is what these guys are going to have. So it's essentially at this point a fresh stage, 25 laps to go, fresh tires, right? So this is kind of like a redo in some way of stage 1, but we're seeing the shakeups quite a bit. Ryan Dunkelberger going to be leading off, Pasoko out in front of the Championship 4, and then Mealy in front of Lights. So this could be huge.
Yeah, I think what that 3 truck in this case, what he wants is 10 laps and another caution. 15 laps, another caution. That's what he truly wants. I think the others, they want to go green the whole way.
Here we go. Ryan Dunkelberger has a great job right there in the middle of the lane. Moves up just a little bit, but has a great restart here. Already you see, man, Mealy in Lights already blowing by Ryan Pasoko on the inside lane. And Matthew Pont, maybe. Strong runs by these guys. 4 tires obviously just seems like it's pretty strong at this point.
Yeah, and what the 3 car is going to be struggling with, he's going to be very loose. He's going to be loose. So
woo! Speaking of loose, Nick Lights got a little loose right there out of 4. Had to collect himself.
He tried it. I wouldn't say
big wreck. Front stretch, big wreck. Robert Hissong. Multiple cars involved. Anthony Williams, Charlie Birch. Oh, this is crazy. Cannot believe a caution didn't come out for that. A lot of guys were involved in big wrecks. But we stay green. Oh, now the yellow's out. Yellow is out. Let's try and take a look here. Charles Balance looks like he's pretty beat up. Charlie Birch, that truck is completely destroyed. Rubber Hissong also completely jacked up. Williams also looks like he's pretty beat up. Yeah, definitely a multi-car accident. We'll take a look back at it right now. Let's go and find out real fast. Let's take a look. That was a big wreck. We're going to find out a bit. Let's try and look at from... we'll go blimp. Why not? Ooh, okay, so the 03. So Brian Dixon, he's already way up high. Let's try and rewind it a little bit. Okay, so right now, this is going to start with Brian Dixon. So Charles Balance comes up from the inside lane into the middle lane. Just might be tight here. Can't really tell, but Balance and Dixon are going to make contact for sure right here out of turn 2, I believe this is, or maybe even 4. Yeah, Dixon just goes around. Can't tell if there's some netcode there or not from this angle, but Hissong has nowhere to go. Going to cram right into the back of Balance. Maybe... Oh, Williams. Yeah, Williams kind of finishes him off. Oh, and then Charlie just T-bones Hissong. Oh, man. Yeah, rough for Hissong right there. Again, just wasn't really... That wasn't his wreck, man. He just kind of got involved in that, but definitely unfortunate. Charles Balance getting pretty big look into that. Brian Dixon, that right front's all mangled up. Pretty big wreck, Frankie.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised the caution didn't come out. I think it was probably maybe it was because it was all to the inside, but yeah, like you just said,
Yeah,
Huge wreck. That it all started. It's kind of the same thing. It's almost it's really weird tonight because it's most of the cautions have happened from a chain reaction.
it's a great point. Yeah. And things like this, right? I mean, sometimes, it's the yellows just don't get thrown out, but they should. In a case like this, a yellow flag definitely should have come out. So I think the right decision by race control was made for sure. So right now, back in the front, let me go back live here. So Mealy does lead the race right now. Pasoko, actually, we are back at it again. The championship 4 are all in front. You love to see it. Right now, on the bottom right of your screen, in case it wasn't blindingly obvious by the red numbers on the ticker, your championship 4 drivers are Nick Lights, Joseph Mealy, Matthew Pont, and Ryan Pasoko. These guys are all trying to go for that coveted Season 1 championship here for the Flemdogs Truck Series. I'll tell you what, so far been a good race. We're going to have about 20 laps to go in this race and for the season so far. And it's been a really, really good time. The race itself has been, pretty eventful. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of, wrecks and stuff. I mean, I think the multi-groove thing is definitely, playing into it. But Frankie made a good point. A lot of chain reaction events. This track isn't really known for it being tight, but a lot of these incidents early on especially were because of just loose conditions or maybe just over driving. But either way, a lot of these guys having a good run. Back at Joseph Mealy leading this thing. Lights are still in the pace truck. Let's go quickly hit one of our sponsors. First of all, we thank all of our sponsors. Thank you so much for Admin Box, Wheels America for supporting this channel and the Cup Series. On the Cup Series side, a lot of great things coming their way and our way with them next season. Can't wait to have them on board yet again. And then Flemdogs, awesome sponsor, Van Wert, Ohio. I'll tell you what, these guys have been doing such a great job. Really mean a lot to us, and we're gonna continue that sponsorship and that partnership for I'm sure many seasons to come. Great to have them on board for this first season. Right now, Frankie, 20 laps to go. I'll tell you what, we lost a bunch of drivers here. I'm sure tempers are probably flaring, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's all about this championship 4, and they are 1 through 4 at this point right now.
You couldn't write it any better. 1 through 4, all championship contenders, and honestly, for almost, I wouldn't say not all different reasons. At least for Nick Lights, I think he's just been the most dominant truck all year.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't call them 2 sidekicks, but they're also really fast too. They can beat Nick on their best day.
That's right.
Joseph Mealy and Matt Pont. And then you have the underdog story, Ryan Pasoko.
That's right. Well, here we go. Championship 4 guys are going to be leading off the flag. Green flag here in the air. 20 laps to go here for the Flemdogs Truck Series finale here at Homestead. I'll tell you what, Mealy gets a great jump right there.
We've seen that all night. First row, the leader always gets the jump. Pasoko battling hard.
Gets loose.
Got a little loose. If he can side draft a little bit, no, he can't. He's got to back it up. He's got to back it up a little bit. That's going to give clear air to Nick Lights.
Oh man, Nick Lights is diving it right in there for Joseph Mealy, trying to stick that nose in. He knows he's only got 19 laps to do it.
Yeah, he's 19 to go coming this time, and I think Joseph Mealy just has to guard the bottom. You got to tell yourself, if he's going to pass me, he's going to have to use the top. So he's given Nick Lights that free air. He's not to the white line. Nick Lights is able to get to the white line.
That's right. Got to protect it. If you're going to stay on the bottom, you better get there quick. Kind of arcing into the corner, Mealy. It's almost like he thinks that's faster. I mean, he does have a good exit, but that entry, I mean, if Nick gets that entry right now, that could be it.
Yeah, you just said it. It leaves Joseph very vulnerable on the entry. Now, I think if Nick Lights ever gets to the back bumper of him, I don't know, man.
You can see Lights right there backing up that corner pretty big to try and get this run off of turn 2.
Yeah, right now it's all about, it's a bit of chess. See Joseph right now. There you go, Joseph. He's gonna do what Nick Lights do. He's not gonna take a huge arc to it. He went a little tighter. Unfortunately, that did not help his exit. That didn't help the middle of the corner either. That's where I think Joseph is struggling. He cannot get to the bottom in the middle of the corner.
That's right.
And Nick just can. You see right there, same thing. Half car width
Ooh.
off the bottom right there. Nick Lights just gets such a good run in the middle of the corner.
Great run by Nick Lights right here, trying to make it and do everything he can. I mean, how much right now is the fresh air helping Joseph?
It's helping him a lot, but right there, he's gonna get to the inside. Oh no, little block move.
That's not what Joseph wanted right there. Gotta squeeze him down.
He's got to squeeze him as tight as he can goes. But look, Nick, just look at that. Just able to get to the bottom of the racetrack. He's gonna clear him.
Joseph's gonna get a good run here off of turn 2. Can he get back down to that low line? He's gonna sure try.
Battle for third behind them. Pont against Pasoko. Battling hard. Pasoko doing well on those 2 tires.
Great job right now by these guys. I'll tell you what, if anything happens to that front 2, they are right there.
Yeah, keeping them honest. We got 15 to go.
This is what everybody has. This is come. Well, Brian Dixon right there, way down low. Lap down traffic, gonna try and stay clear out of the way here of these leaders. I'll tell you what, Nick Lights made that pass against Joseph Mealy, but that was not easy by any means. Mealy tried everything he can to defend himself, but just at the end of the day, Lights is just too quick, man.
Man, I don't know if Joseph can correct this, but I think it all has to do with the center of the corner. You see, look how Nick Lights is able to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Joseph doing a little better job of that, but still, he needed to have done that 5-6 laps ago.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just 5-6 laps, a little too late. But it's not over just yet. You still have 13 to go. These tires wear out a good bit. And don't forget about third place Matt Pont. Yellow comes out.
Cannot forget.
Can't forget about him.
I mean, here's the thing. If this thing stays green, I mean, did Lights and Mealy, scrub off too much tire, right? Trying to race each other for that lead. And does Matthew Pont have just enough in the tank, tire and rubber wise to catch these guys?
Yeah, well, right now there's not a lot of rubber coming off, at least, and I mean it's tough to say. I mean, right there in the middle of the corner, I think Matt Pond is doing everything he can. He just got loose in the middle of 3 and 4.
Oh man, Ryan might have given him a little kiss right there, but I'll tell you what, this is gonna heat up. If you're Ryan Pasoko, you got to make these moves, and if you're gonna rough him up, do it now. He's trying to get down low.
Oh, he's got a good run.
Great job, but Ryan Dunkelberger and Brandon Six are right behind them.
Yeah, right now Pasoko needs to clear him on the exit. Right here, he needs to get to the bottom of the racetrack. I think he's gonna do it this time.
Nice move by Pasoko.
Yep, good move. Now, those 2 tires are hanging on. I'm surprised.
They are.
I thought once he lost his track position to the other Championship 4 contenders, I thought without a yellow, it was over.
Oh, for sure.
Ryan Pasoko just proving me wrong.
Doing everything he can to try and catch these guys. I'll tell you what, if Lights and Mealy try and get a little racy here, Pasoko's going to be right there, but Mealy's not going away. He's only three tenths behind.
Yeah, and you don't know what's going through Nick Lights' head. He may be managing that gap.
That's right.
He might be saving a little bit of tire. Might be saying, you know what? I know if Mealy's a little better in the long run, if he is, I got something coming for him.
That's right.
I got something. I got one last rabbit in the hat.
I'll tell you what, no matter how this season or this race ends in these last 10 laps, Ryan Pasoko can definitely hold his head up high. Awesome season right now. To make the Championship 4 is extremely commendable. And the fact that he's made, and honestly put on the show, led some laps right now in P4, doing a great job.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, Pasoko, you just said it. I mean, just an awesome year. I didn't pick him to be in the Championship 4. I personally didn't. But once again, proving everyone wrong. Showing everyone here that he belonged, Not a lot of people can do that time and time again.
No,
and
sir.
Quite frankly.
Hold on, Brandon Six. Okay, now. Came
Well, I
off the
will
track
say-
just a little bit, but great job by them to hold it tight.
Yeah, no, I will say if Matt Pont's going to do that to any driver, he should do that to Brandon Six. Brandon Six, cleanest driver here. Oh, going inside of Pasoko. Pasoko might have had to check up a little bit.
Oh boy, big moves by these guys. Matthew Pont trying to get around back again to Ryan Pasoko. These guys are battling like it's the last lap, man. Awesome job by these guys. Because again, you never know, right? All you can do is stay in front of these other Championship 4 drivers. If something happens to those guys up front, you just never know. You're going to be in position.
Yeah, Ryan Pasoko getting a little helping hand from Brandon Six.
Ooh! Matthew Pont almost got into that left rear.
That's as tight as it can be. And Pasoko, a well-fought...
Ooh! Oh man, Ryan Pasoko goes around into the inside wall. That's going to be a... Oh no! Engine is out. No caution on the speedway, but that is massive. I don't know if he's got enough to get back around the track into the pit stalls. Man, that might be a caution on track. Oh, you hate to see it. Caution's got to come out at this point. Ryan's sitting on the track right now. You hate to see it. But, man. Yellow has got to come out. Unfortunate for Ryan Pasoko. I can definitely understand the frustration, you know, for that 3 machine. You know, it's... man, you hate to see it from a spectator's view to you know, to just, you know, as a driver, right? But the frustration, definitely. I mean, we don't like seeing guys obviously coming back on track to try and cause a caution, but truth be told, that probably should have been a caution anyway, just because of that impact up against the inside wall. So either way, heartbreaking moment for Ryan Pasoko with that 3 sweeps by Caitlin machine. Had a great run, honestly had a great run right there in that top 5, but unfortunately his championship run is going to end here and now at Homestead. Let's take a look back and see if we can find what actually happened there. It wasn't exactly easy to kind of make out in a live scenario. Take a look back here. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back just a little bit more. Okay, right about here. Let's go back. Far chase. Now let's go right here. The old Goodyear blimp cam. So down the back straight away, I mean, Pasoko, I mean, these guys were racing hard anyway, right? I mean, it's 5 laps to go, championship. You're gonna see these things happen, right? So, I mean, Matthew Pont right now taking the inside lane.
I think you might have to go a little bit more forward.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're gonna just try and Matthew Pont right here. Yeah, so they make contact right here, right at that seam. Can't really tell if one comes down, one comes up. It seems like it's kind of one zigged and one zagged, but then both in their lane here. Ryan up high and Pont down low. Let's try and see what else we can find out here. Entering turn 1. Pont just kind of sends it. Makes no contact there, I guess, but out of turn 2. Pasoko here. Oh, he just gets hit in the wrong spot by 6.
Yeah, that's just what it looks like. I don't think Six meant to do that. I think he was just trying to help.
Yeah.
And
man, that's so tough. Yeah, it's hard.
You know,
it's hard to tell if Six was trying to. I mean, it's hard to say if Pasoko maybe, you know, had to check up and then that's how 6 got into him. We can take a look back on the cockpit cam here and see if we can find.
Was brought out by 66 getting into the 3. We'll be getting to the 66 truck.
Yeah, that's right there. It's hard to tell. Let's just watch one more. Yeah, Brandon Six just gets right into him. Live in-car camera, just heavy hit. Unfortunate for Ryan Pasoko, man, but either way, here we are.
I mean, when that happened, my jaw literally dropped. I couldn't believe what just happened.
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, here's the
I
thing, right? I mean, we don't want to see guys just sitting on the track. That's, I mean, we expect more, right? But I think as I covered it, that probably should have been a caution anyway. That was a hard hit, and I don't know. It's one of those things that you know, you really can't, you don't know it can happen until it happens, I guess. So it's one of those things, unfortunately, but we're gonna move past it. Either way, a caution has come out. I mean, Brandon 6 did hit Pasoko pretty hard. You know, spun him around. Truth be told, I'm actually surprised it didn't cause a caution anyway by default, just by the impact and hitting the wall. But either way, what happened. No other cars were involved, and we're gonna have a green white checker, Frankie, I believe.
Yeah, my fault, Steve. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have our one and only green white checkered, and it's gotta, you know, the season does have to come down to this. You know, you know, you couldn't write it. You know, and I think, you know, some people will question, you know, Pasoko's move. I mean, we have seen that before.
We have,
but it's tough to really prove, especially with the short limited time that, you know, race control has.
Yeah,
it's tough to prove it.
It's tough. Either way, this is the last caution, folks. This is going to be the last time. This is going to be a green white checkered finish. We're going to go green right now. The next time we see a flag, if it's a yellow flag, that ends the race. Let's see how it goes. Oh, big wreck right now on the backstretch. Charles Balance, and the yellow flag is out. That will end your race. Nick Light is going to be the Flemdogs Truck Series Season 1 champion. Incredible job by Nick Lights. Obviously, that caution came untimely, but I mean, the right man won this championship. He was leading the race when the flag came out, obviously. These guys still have to finish the race, keep in mind. They can't just start doing burnouts yet. Pace car will catch up to them, and they still have to finish this race properly here on this final lap. But assuming that all these cars do finish the race, Nick Lights is going to be your Flemdogs Truck Series Season 1 champion. Well deserved for this man, this Ford machine. Great job. Joseph Mealy, heartbreaking second place, but I'll tell you what, he gave it his all. Absolute great run. Matthew Pont didn't quite have the speed or the car, but great job by these guys. And here it is, Nick Lights crossing that checkered line. And just like that, it's official. Nick Lights, Flemdogs Truck Series Season 1 champion.
Well deserved from Nick Lights. Well deserved. But I think also we gotta give it up for the rest of the championship 4 contenders. They fought their absolute hearts out. They deserve to be there.
Absolutely.
And, you know, still might not have been the result they wanted and what they hoped for waking up this morning, but nothing can take away what they did this season. Joseph Mealy,
yeah,
on that pot, nothing can take away what they did this season.
No, sir. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, that last caution, yeah, it might have been a bit suspect. You know, unfortunate. Brandon 6 getting involved into Ryan Pasoko and then what happened afterwards. But either way, Nick Lights was leading this race at the time of that incident. So nothing was really changed by the outcome or by what would have happened if it stayed green. So Nick Lights, definitely deserving of the championship. Joseph Mealy going to come in second place. Matthew Pont going to be third in those final standings. And here he is. Nick Lights going to be doing some burnouts right here. Gonna burn it down, man. Awesome job by Nick Lights. Fantastic job by these guys. You love to see it. Won the most races this season. Had an absolutely dominant season all the way around. Really, really good season. Had a total of 6 wins on the season. Joseph Mealy also had 5 wins, and then Matthew Pont 4 wins. So these guys dominated the entire season, but Nick Lights just got the best of everybody.
Yeah, either way, I mean, you got Nick Lights doing his burnouts right here.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I mean, Frankie, this is the uniqueness about this league, right? The ASRA. We're going to talk a lot more about the ASRA on Thursday. ASRA is going to be our league, our new branding for the league for all 3 series. But the uniqueness about this, Frankie, 1 green, white, checkered. That's always from season 1, race number 1. We've always done 1 green, white, checkered finish. It makes us unique. And I'll tell you what, that right there, yet again, a championship is decided by the green, white, checkered finish. Unbelievable job by Nick Lights.
Yeah, I mean, you got best driver, in my opinion, in the series. Won the race. I mean, you can debate, I would say about it was lackluster, but honestly, nothing could take away from what these guys put on. I mean, 4 truck, the 9 truck, the 38 truck, and even the 3 truck, they put on a show every week.
That's right.
And nothing could take away from that.
No, sir. A lot of these guys are just celebrating. All these guys are best friends and teammates, obviously. Nick Lights, Matthew Pont, and Joseph Mealy. So having a good time right now. But we're going to go take a quick break for our Flemdogs commercial. Go talk to them real quick. Thank them for their sponsorship. And then we're going to come back. We're going to talk to our new champion, Nick Lights. And we'll go from there. Be right back. Yeah, Nick Lights, man, burn them down. You are the 2022 Flemdogs Truck Series Season 1 champion. Congratulations, man. Awesome job. We're going to bring up a couple guys right now. Let's go talk to a few guys. Who do we talk to first? I think it's pretty obvious who we go talk to first, huh? Let's bring in Nick Lights here into the booth. Hold on now.
Years.
Oh. Nick Lights, what's going on, buddy? Hey, man, Flemdogs Truck Series Season 1 champion, Nick Lights, dude. How you feeling, man? That was a hell of a run, and definitely deserving champion today.
Yeah, we've had a great season, honestly, all year. I was a little mad there with that late race yellow. I felt like me and Joe were like pretty good battle there until that caution came out, but it is what it is. Yeah, just really happy that we were able to get it done and finally get some rest at night now and have to wake up or go to bed super late and wake up early, so that'll be good.
I love that, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously a great run. I mean, we're dominant the entire race. I mean, obviously all season long, but tonight as well. But I mean, your teammates definitely put up a fight. I mean, Joseph was right there with you a lot of the time. Matthew Pont was in the picture, but didn't really seem to have the speed necessarily. And then Ryan, showed moments of greatness. But I mean, obviously that last caution, being brought up by the 3 truck. I mean, just kind of walk us through your mentality on that. Like, did you think that was it for you, or, I mean, where were you on that?
Yeah, everybody ran great. The top 4, we're all there at one point. But yeah, that late race yellow, I was debating taking 4 tires on that pit stop. I know, because Joe beat me at Phoenix on a 2-tire call.
Yeah,
and he just told me he thought about staying out. So, I mean, it's all like up in the air with these late race yellows like that, and anybody could stay out, and somebody in the back could take fresh tires and win it. But
Yeah,
yeah, I thought it was over at that point for sure. Definitely not coming off pit road first.
man.
And the 13 staying out, but he pulled it down pit road.
Love to
luckily,
see it,
and
man. Yeah,
got
it's
us the win.
definitely a tough break for a couple of guys, but I mean, obviously, either way, that caution, I mean, that last caution actually, Charles Balance getting spun on the restart there, and the uniqueness of the league, right? I mean, it's that P1 starting spot, right? That boost off of, the restart zone, pretty much gave you the championship right there once the caution came out right after the restart. So, one green, white checkered finish, and that's it. And I'll tell you what, man, you were just in position to take the win, and great job, dude. Give us the shout outs, and yeah, man, floor is yours.
Awesome. Yeah, appreciate you guys for putting this great series on all season. Shout out to Precision Measurements, Toyota, Rayun Brothers Racing, Geese Logistics, Impact Logistics for all they do in the real life truck stuff here. I think honestly doing some truck races or that truck race here in real life was a little bit of help as well. So,
I was going to mention that actually. We didn't mention it in the actual in the pre-race or anything, but yeah, I was meaning to ask, how does that translate, right, to the real, to the virtual track versus the real thing?
Being up, this was like a one groove track all race around the bottom. I was anticipating being up around that wall there and ripping the wall a little bit, but the groove has never showed up there. So that was the main thing about it being different. But yeah, I mean, the throttle control and the steering and all that stuff was pretty unique and similar to the real life thing. So it's pretty cool. Had a fun year for sure, and excited for what's next.
Love that, man. Hey, Nick Lights is your season 1 champion for the Flemdogs Truck Series. Awesome job, man. I'll send you back to your teams to celebrate.
Awesome. Hey, and one more thing. Can I
Yes,
shout out Caden Hedgecock and all my buddies Joe, Matt, Cody, Aaron. You guys, it's a great season, so I appreciate it a lot.
Hell yeah, Nick Lights, there it is. Awesome, great job by him. We're gonna go and talk to I guess the runner-up, Joseph Mealy, and then go and talk to him, see how his race went, see what could have happened. Obviously, a heartbreak loss for him, but at the end of the day, can't be mad about his season for sure. But either way, Joseph Mealy here, man. I'll tell you what, awesome season for you overall. I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't come back with the championship, but you can't be distraught. I mean, this season of yours was incredible.
I'm not upset at all. I gave it my all, and I didn't go down without a fight. And it wasn't meant to be at the end, and that's okay. Nick was so fast all year long, and I don't know how you could argue that he deserves it more than anybody else. So, yeah, it was fun. It was sad it ended the way it did, but great season overall. Had a blast, and can't believe it's over. I'd be bored all week.
Yeah, it's crazy how I mean, just 17 races ago we were starting this thing, and it went from we'll just get the boys together and do a truck series and see if it happens, see if it works, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh boy, we're starting to get serious, and competition's getting stiff, and we got bigger and bigger crowds, and it's good to see. But I mean, either way, I mean, yeah, that last caution was definitely hard to see how it unfolded. I mean, it seems like, I guess in retrospect, Lights was already, kind of out front there, and you were trailing. Obviously, it's hard to know what could have happened under green those last 5 laps, but definitely unfortunate. And either way, again, I mean, second place, 5 wins on the season. I mean, looking good doing it. So at the end of the day, you can't really complain. But next season, man, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a great time, and it's just been great to have you and just overall for what we've built here. Give us your shout outs, man, and then we'll see you next time, dude.
Well, first off, thank you for giving us a place to race every week. Really have enjoyed it. Everything. Yeah, just my grandparents who I know are watching. All my friends who are out there supporting me, and all I want to say is I'm really proud of our team. We won, I think, all but one race this year and took a championship home. I think we went 1, 2, 3 in the points. So, can't ask for much more than that. we're all winners tonight.
Love that, man. Awesome job. Joseph Mealy here. Great runner-up finish here in the race and in the championship, but definitely great. We're going to send you back to your team, man, to go and celebrate or do your thing. whatever it is. But good job, dude. All right, so
All right, well, take care.
you too, man. All right, so next up, where's good old Matthew Pont? Oh, he's not actually. Okay, he's unavailable. So not sure what's going on there, but either way, all good. Media availability is always sometimes tough to get with these guys, but either way, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, and overall, just a fantastic season, fantastic time. In general, we had a great season. Season 1 is now officially in the books, and it's crazy, just crazy time. Good races overall. I mean, we only broadcasted 5 of the races out of the 17 races, so a lot was missed as far as great racing. But tonight kind of had everything, right? Good racing, some controversy. That's kind of been the Truck Series in a nutshell, right? There have been controversy in multiple races. There's been really, really good racing. There's been, obviously cautions and things like that. But at the end of the day, the right man won the championship. Nick Lights has won, at this point, 6 races, and honestly could have won a lot more, but has done an absolute fantastic job, and just a very deserving champion for this first season of the Flemdogs Truck Series. Folks, if you liked what you saw today, first of all, please like, subscribe. I see a lot of comments in the chat, so thank you for that. Love to see it. Love to see the engagement. I believe right now we're at like 110 subs, which is pretty sweet. So if we can get that up to 120 or, a million at some point, that'd be cool. But hit the like button, subscribe, do all the things. We love to see it. We love all your support. Next season, be here January 3rd, or 4th, excuse me. It's going to be our Truck Series debut at Daytona for season 2. Bigger, better, everything. It's going to be nuts. So I can't wait for that. But before that even happens, make sure to come right back here, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this Thursday, 2 days away, 48 hours, for our Wheels America Cup Series championship race here at Homestead Miami Speedway. It's going to be crazy. Brandon Six, Ryan Dunkelberger, Brandon Bowie, and Nick Silver all vying for that championship. Just like tonight, same format. Whoever finishes first, or first in front of the other 3 guys, is the champion. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be an absolute, just an awesome show. So be here, 9:30 on Thursday. Guys, that's it. We're going to wrap it up. Awesome season. Thank you all for being here. We'll see you guys back on Thursday. Stay tuned to our social media. We have Wheels America Cup Series on Twitter and Instagram. But watch out for the socials for us. We're going to be posting a bunch of stuff, updates about the Truck Series. We do have a Discord, so go ahead and join that. I believe it's in the Discord or in the description. I could be wrong, but if not, reach out to us. Reach out to one of our drivers, and we'll get you in here. But folks, great time. God bless. We'll see you on Thursday. And I'll tell you what, it was a hell of a show today. Nick Lights being your Season 1 Flemdogs Truck Series champion. We'll be back on Thursday. Have fun, guys. See you later. Good night.